We're seeing history being scripted today and this morning as SpaceX launched its Inspiration 4 mission at around 5:30 this morning our time from NASA's facility in Florida, successfully bringing its all-civilian crew into orbit. The mission is the first private crew launched to orbit by Elon Musk's company and the first time a crew was made up entirely of non-professional astronauts. The spaceship's trajectory will take it to an altitude of 575 kilometers, which is deeper into space than even the International Space Station. The quartet will spend the next 3 days circling the Earth. This is another milestone in the space tourism market, which is experiencing a resurgence after a hiatus of a decade. So the crew of the SpaceX rocket ship will hope to be the first civilians to attempt an Earth orbit and they're currently in space, so at least the launch has been successful. They've said that they feel grateful to be a part of this historic mission. And let's take a look at all the billionaires who've been competing against each other in terms of space exploration. Remember that the Kármán line is 100 kilometers from Earth, and what we've been seeing is different billionaires trying to cross the Kármán line and make it to a certain point in space. Now, space begins from the Kármán line. As I mentioned, 100 kilometers from Earth is where this line is established. Now, it is beyond this that everyone's trying to get, all these billionaires in their bid to ensure that, they're the first to kick off space tourism. You had Jeff Bezos. His Blue Origin went till 106 kilometers. So 6 kilometers above the Kármán line is where Jeff Bezos went. Then you had also Richard Branson, because you've got both these billionaires fighting it out to be the first billionaire in space. Both of them had lined up their mission just days away from each other. So while Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin went till 106 kilometers, Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic went 86 kilometers from Earth. So Virgin Galactic didn't make it above the Kármán line at all. It was below that. So if you really look at the amount of distance covered beyond the surface of Earth into space, it was in fact Jeff Bezos that managed to get that particular moment. Then you had SpaceX, which is set to go 575 kilometers into deep space. It's clear that there's a new space race that's on, and the competitors are some of the richest men in the world. Richard Branson got his astronaut wings. Jeff Bezos lifted off to space on 20th July. After him, there have been several others as well. But as these rich men satisfy their fantasies, there's bound to be benefit for everyone around. For example, space tourism.
NASA believes that there is an imaginary line 50 miles or 80.46 kilometers above Earth. And that is where space begins. So when on 11th of July, billionaire Richard Branson, his 3 fellow co-passengers and the 2 pilots of VSS Unity soared above that line, they earned their astronaut wings.
It's one of the best feelings of my life. I mean, I've waited nearly 70 years for this, and it's been a dream since I was a little boy, building cardboard spaceships, and now to have had this wonderful team create this incredible spaceship and to have gone to space. I'm still pinching myself, still not sure whether I'm going to wake up and realise it was all a dream.
You're in zero gravity for 4 minutes.
But billionaire Jeff Bezos, roughly 43 times richer than Branson, disagrees with the scope of what the poorer billionaire achieved. Because if one goes by the international standard, then space begins at 62 miles, or 100 kilometers above the surface of the Earth. The Kármán line, as it is called, is the invisible second line beyond which air is too thin to support conventional aircraft. So that is where the UN, an internationally accepted norm, puts the beginning of space. Jeff Bezos has claimed that not only will he actually go to the edge of space, but his spaceship is bigger and better, and has bigger windows than Branson's VSS Unity. Then there is another billionaire, even richer than Jeff Bezos, who has been eyeing space, though he personally has not announced any plans to leave terra firma for the time being. A bare feet Elon Musk was seen visiting Branson at 3 a.m. on the morning of the Virgin boss's space escapade. The photo that Branson tweeted showed Musk bare feet. The reason for being without shoes remains unknown. Musk, who founded SpaceX and is firmly in the business of space exploration, was also there at the celebration party when Branson and company landed back on Earth.
I'll get out of the way.
And having flown to space, I can see even more clearly how Virgin Galactic is the space line for Earth. We're here to make space more accessible to all, and we want to turn the next generation of dreamers into the astronauts of today and tomorrow.
It is now open season in space for the riches of the world. In March 2021, a Japanese fashion billionaire announced that he was looking for 8 crew members for a mission to the moon. The Dear Moon project is slated for a 2023 launch when a SpaceX rocket will make a week-long journey to the moon and back. In 2018, Yusaku Maezawa had bought up all the available 8 seats, and in March this year, he began the process of filling the seats, shortlisting applicants from around the world. Maezawa currently is under training for his own 8th December 2021 flight aboard a Soyuz rocket to the International Space Station. Where once the space race was entirely fueled by nationalistic pride and by the Cold War era, today it is seeing new energy in the fulfilling of billionaire fantasies. But this spurt in space exploration, beside making money for the businessmen, will benefit mankind in general. A lot of indirect benefit normally accrues from space exploration. Some of the benefits that came out of earlier space engineering efforts include improved solar panels, implantable heart monitors, light-based anti-cancer therapy, cordless tools, cameras found in today's cell phones, air purifiers, enriched baby formula, memory foam, and cordless vacuum cleaners.
Now, there's been a lot of controversy over the Central Vista project. It's a very ambitious one. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is going to be inaugurating the newly built defence office complexes at 2 locations in the national capital at 9:30 this morning. The new offices are located at Kasturba Gandhi Marg in central Delhi and at Africa Avenue near Chanakyapuri. Built at a cost of 775 crore rupees, these new offices will house over 7,000 officers and staff belonging to 27 different organizations under the Defence Ministry. The complex at the Africa Avenue is a 7-storied building and will house only Defence Ministry offices. The Central Delhi building, whereas, will be an 8-storied complex that will be shared by the Parivahan Bhavan and Shram Shakti Bhavan till their new offices are operational at the Central Secretariat complex. Now, there's undeniable proof of Pakistan's ISI involvement in the terror plot that's been busted by the Delhi Police Special Cell. India Today has accessed exclusive details of the terror plot, which nails the Pakistan spy agency plot to carry out terror strikes across the country. Sources have told India Today that a Pak ISI colonel-ranked officer named Ghazi contacted Osama's father, Usaidur Rahman, and convinced him to send his son to Pakistan for training. Colonel Ghazi asked Usaidur for more recruitments as well. As a result, Osama's father contacted his brother based in Prayagraj, who sent Zishan then to Pakistan. It's been found that Osama's father and uncle were involved in sending youth to Pakistan for terror training.
Six terrorists behind a deadly Bleed India plot. These men wanted to plant IEDs in cities across the country, at mass political and religious gatherings. Their deadly plot has been foiled, and details of exactly how they were actively aided by Pakistan is now out. The terrorists got hold of explosives with the help of Dawood gang. They transported explosives into India, and the terrorists, who were trained by the Pakistan to carry out these attacks, were looking for potential targets, crowded areas in particular, during the festive season. The terrorists are being grilled by the Delhi Police Special Cell and have divulged details of exactly how they were trained to spread terror in the country. Two terrorists, Osama and Zishan, travelled to Pakistan just months ago in April. And here's how they did it. The terrorists flew first to Muscat from Lucknow and then made their way to the Gwadar port in Pakistan via sea. Their passports were taken away from them so that they could not flee. And they were trained by the Pakistani army to make IEDs and use weapons for 15 days.
मस्कट से इनको बाय शिप एंड बोट पाकिस्तान ले जाया गया और जहां पर कि इनको एक्सप्लोजिव बनाने में और साथ में फायर आर्म्स इंक्लूडिंग AK-47 हैंडल और फायर करने की ट्रेनिंग दी गई.
Most of these terrorists have a crime background. Jan Mohammad Sheikh, alias Sameer Kalia, also in custody, is a resident of Dharavi and was under the Mumbai police scanner in extortion cases. The Mumbai police also questioned Mohammad Sheikh's family members after conducting raids at his Dharavi residence.
6 accused have been arrested in a terrorist case. One of the accused is from Maharashtra. He is a resident of Dharavi, Mumbai. He boarded the train on 13th. He was apprehended by Delhi police when the train reached Kota. Now, this fellow has got some old connections with the D company.
From Delhi to Mumbai, Lucknow to Kota, a conspiracy to unleash violence during the festive season has been busted by our alert forces. Pakistan's attempt to foment trouble in India has once again been thwarted. With Shreya Chatterjee and Divyesh Singh, Bureau Report, India Today.
Remember that Raj Kundra remains in custody in the Pawn Gate case, and the Mumbai Police Crime Branch has filed a supplementary charge sheet now in this case, naming Kundra and others. The charge sheet, running into 1,467 pages, has statements of 43 witnesses. Now, according to this charge sheet, Kundra made more than 1 crore rupees through his pornographic app, Hot Shots, between August and December 2020. Kundra allegedly controlled the operations of Hot Shots and made around 100 such movies. The content was then streamed to UK, where it was uploaded for 20 lakh subscribers. The incident came to light in February after the Mumbai Crime Branch officials from the property cell, acting on a tip-off, raided a bungalow located in Madh area. And police officials had then found 2 women who were involved in shooting a pornographic film. Police officials rescued a young woman who was allegedly lured into acting in such a film and then was allegedly forced to shoot for a porn film. The Maharashtra extortion probe has hit a dead end. Former Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh and DG Home Guards Pak-Based Singh have gone missing. Both have skipped multiple summons for questioning so far.
Anil Deshmukh and Pak-Based Singh, one a former state home minister and the other a serving top Indian police service officer. The 2 men on your television screens are at the heart of a political and financial scandal that shook the Maharashtra Vikas Aghadi down to its very foundations. And now both are missing. Deshmukh and former Mumbai Police Commissioner Parambir Singh have been in the headlines over the Hafta Gate controversy involving suspended police officer Sachin Vaze. Deshmukh has skipped at least 5 summons sent to him by the Enforcement Directorate. India Today went to the senior NCP leader's residence in Mumbai's Worli area, but found no signs of the former State Home Minister.
Where is Anil Deshmukh after all? This is the question that many people have been asking in the political circles. Former Home Minister of Maharashtra, Anil Deshmukh, had to resign after the Bombay High Court ordered a CBI inquiry on a petition filed by the former Mumbai top cop Parambir Singh, who alleged that the former Home Minister of Maharashtra used to extort 100 crore rupees from various hotels and bars in Mumbai. Now, we are outside his residence in the Worli area in Mumbai. Most of the people that we had a word with say that they have not seen Anil Deshmukh for a long time and that they are not aware of his whereabouts.
On the other hand, Parambir Singh, now Director General of Police Home Guard, hasn't even reported to his new office for the past 4 months. A lookout notice has been issued in the top cop's name. The Chandiwal Commission appointed by the state government has recommended bailable warrants against Parambir Singh after he failed to appear before the panel repeatedly.
We reached out to the DG Home Guard office here, but the office has no clue about his whereabouts. We've been told that he is under medical leave since April, but other than that, no one has any clue about his whereabouts.
Parambir Singh, who had accused Deshmukh of asking Inspector Vaze to extort 100 crore rupees from bar owners, has challenged the validity of the state-appointed commission in the High Court. The senior Indian Police Service officer also faces police cases, 3 filed by the Thane Police and 1 by the Special Investigation Team in Mumbai for alleged extortion. The vanishing act by Deshmukh and Parambir Singh has triggered a political slugfest.
Those police commissioners आजकाल खुद येत नाही. पॉइंट असं आहे की विजावर जर कोणाला एखाद्या अधिकाऱ्याने एखादी गोष्ट केली तर त्याला एक्सप्रेशन देण्याची त्याची जबाबदारी आहे ती राहिली बाजूला आणि केंद्र सरकार तो काय म्हणतो त्या आधारे त्या ज्याच्या विरुद्ध तो बोलला त्याला बाहेर घालवा अशा भागाची भूमिका घेतो किंवा सत्ताधारी पक्ष घेतो.
एक्स गृहमंत्री गायब, एक्स कमिश्नर गायब, और इस प्रकार का कारोबार अगर राज्य सरकार कर रही है और उसको बचाने की भूमिका राज्य में बैठे हुए राजनीतिक नेता ले रहे हैं, ये इस राज्य और देश का दुर्भाग्य है.
It is said that no one can escape the long arm of the law. But the way Parambir Singh and Anil Deshmukh are missing, it has raised a question that whether there are 2 sets of laws in this country, one for the common citizens and the other for high and mighty. With Divesh Singh, Pankaj Upadhyay, Kamlesh Sutar in Mumbai for India Today.